Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I have a video that I wanted to talk about. This lady basically breaks down to single mothers the harsh truth. She's herself a single mother, and she talks about it from an anecdotal space. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. I'm going to let her talk, and then we're going to speak on it.
Be a part of their children's lives. They just don't want to be a part of their lives according to your standards. And honestly, mamas, they shouldn't be. I spent so long in my co-parenting journey being angry and ultimately problematic with my child's father because he was not doing what I wanted him to do. I had control issues. There was never a question on if he loved our daughter. There was never a question on if he wanted to be present. The issue was that I was trying to define what his presence was going to be like. I wanted to control everything. And when you start dealing with control and ego when it comes to motherhood, you will weaponize your children. And if you're wondering, like, what does that look like? I'm not weaponizing my kid. I'm just not going to deal with him. I'm going to give you a story time. I will never forget, my daughter was she had to be about 2 months. This was a time when her dad was coming to pick her up. We broke up very randomly. Like, we were living in Texas together, relocated back to Indiana. I was evicted from our home. Everything was in my name. Don't ever do that. But everything was in my name. And so he didn't take any L's, right? Like, the eviction was in my name. The car was in my name. Everything was in my name. So here I am trying to still co-parent despite leaving everything I had in Dallas. And now I'm living in Fort Wayne at my mama's house. And so I don't have my car. I don't have my clothes. I don't have anything. And I'm trying to still exchange our daughter because no matter what, you got to co-parent. Y'all, this man pulls up to my mama's house with a brand new truck. I don't know if it was a BMW, BMX. I don't know. It was bougie. It was brown on the outside and it was peanut butter. Okay. And if my child's father's watching this, you ate with that or whatever. Nobody care. Okay. Anyway, he pulls up and I mean, leaning, windows rolled down. And I'm outside with this baby looking crazy with no car, no nothing, trying to co-parent with you. And you going to pull up in a brand new car? Y'all, I lost it. The very first thing I said was, she not going with you. Give me my daughter. She not going with you. No, no, no. None of that had anything to do with if my child was going to be safe. He had a car. I'm the one that didn't have no car. He got this brand new car. She was safe. I was mad. And in that moment, it was no longer about my child or even about if I trusted that he wanted her. I wasn't questioning it. He was coming to pick her up, so obviously he wants his daughter. I was humiliated. I was embarrassed. My ego was hurt. My pride was hurt because I ain't got no car. I done lost everything. You gonna pull up here with a brand new truck? You know you was wrong for that. That's why he ain't got the truck now. So anyway, my first response was, you're not getting her anymore. And that is when I began to weaponize my child. Instead of just dealing with my emotions, I could have just given him his baby, went back inside and cried about how messed up it was, because it was messed up, but it had nothing to do with my baby. This type of stuff happens often. And instead of us admitting something is hurtful, we weaponize our kids. We limit their access. We say who can get them and who can't because we're mad. You have to be very careful when things like this happens. When your feelings are hurt, when your ego is hurt, you can unconsciously weaponize your child. And sometimes, if we're being honest, all of us do it on purpose. So please know, most men want their children. They just don't want to deal with you. And honestly, girl, should they? Men want to be a part of their...
And I didn't detect any lies from what she said. She nailed it from the perspective of actually being in those shoes. And those kinds of perspectives are priceless. She did all of that. All of what these chicks be talking about. You can't see her. Give me my baby. All that stuff Brittany Renner was trying to do. Because she mad. This lady broke all of that down. Because she's saying that they broke up, all of the stuff was in her name. So once they got evicted and once things got taken, they got taken from her, not him, because those things was in her name. So she had to leave whatever behind, go to her mama's house, start from scratch. Whatever was going on, he had his own. And so as soon as they broke up, he spent his money. Bought a BMW truck or whatever kind of truck she's saying. She's saying it was a high-end truck, right? He didn't come through with no little bootleg truck. He came through with, you know, a nice vehicle. And she's down bad at that time. And so now she feels salty because now it's like, you know I'm struggling. Oh, so you ain't struggling? I'm the only one that struggled once we broke up. So you good. You good enough to come through with, you know what I'm saying, you styling and profiling with the truck. You coming through flexing with the truck, huh? You flossing. I ain't got nothing to floss with. And because now my feelings is hurt, I feel some type of way, I feel inadequate. Now I'm mad with you. And so since I'm mad with you and I feel inadequate, I feel insecure, I feel, you know what I'm saying, not up to par, like I'm failing and all of this type of stuff, instead of regulating my feelings and making sure, like she said, hand my baby over quietly, go cry in the room. If your feelings hurt, your ego hurt like that, go cry. But that ain't got nothing to do with that baby or him being a father to that child, nothing. But she took it out on him by trying to hurt him because she hurt. Now, mind you, him pulling up in that truck hurt her feelings, but it didn't have nothing to do with her. That was his money or his, however he got that truck, however he got it, whatever. Right? So she's saying that single mothers don't separate the issues that they're internally having from the actual co-parenting space, which we knew that, right? Because this is the same thing Brittany Renner's doing. She's sparking an argument with that man because he's married. He got another woman. He signed a new contract. He's moving on up. And in her estimation, she's either stagnated or moved down. Okay? His moving up did not necessarily include her moving up. So because she was left out of the equation, now she gonna act a fool with the baby because this is all the leverage that they have. They don't got nothing else. So now I'm gonna act a fool with you, with this kid. I'm gonna make it difficult. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be argumentative. I'm gonna be difficult. I'm gonna make sure you don't get her. You gonna call for him. She don't want to go with you. You know, all this other kind of stuff. And like she said, it is an issue of control, not co-parenting. She said it a couple of times in this video. She wasn't worried about him with that baby. This was never a trust issue that his parenting was off or he was off as a man or as a father. They didn't make it. Have nothing to do with him being a daddy. Nothing at all. But because women be getting in their bag and they be getting in their feelings and all this other kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, want to control everything, want to hurt folk feeling because they feeling some type of way, and then get the weaponizing that baby, just like she just said. And just like she said she did, until she had to come to, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you weaponizing this child? You know that's what you did, right? Because you feel away, now he can't be fully functional in his daughter's life. Where they do that at? You tripping big time. Cause what? And she said the key at the end, they be wanting to be daddies, but they don't want to deal with you. They don't want your shenanigans. They don't want your energy. They don't even want that energy. Even if you're not the type of woman to argue and cuss and fight and clown. See, all baby mamas don't do that, but the energy be crazy. You pick an argument anyway. You find some kind of way to, you know what I'm saying, irk the situation. You irkerific. You gonna irk him to death. But she definitely told the truth. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.